Well, good afternoon. Welcome to the Department of Chemistry, welcome to the Cambridge Science Festival, and welcome to this lecture on rocket science. Now, every rocket that has ever flown, whether it's a small firework rocket or whether it's a giant rocket that's carrying people to the moon, every rocket is based on one simple principle. So I thought I'd begin this lecture by demonstrating that principle. So this is a beautiful reproduction in miniature of a Napoleonic cannon, but it's a working model, and it's actually capable of firing a live round, a half-inch diameter lead cannonball. Today we won't fire a live round, but I'm going to fire a blank round, and when we do, I want you to observe what happens to the cannon. Now, the cannon is really just a tube that's closed at this end and open at this end. This is called the muzzle, and there's a small hole called the touch hole that we use to transmit fire to the main charge. So I'm going to begin by taking a piece of slow-burning fuse and placing that in the touch hole, and then we're going to charge this with gunpowder. So the gunpowder is in this nice powder horn. The way this works is I put my finger over the brass nozzle, I press the valve and tip it upside down, and powder trickles into that brass spout. So we're measuring a precise quantity of gunpowder. I release the valve and turn it right way up again, and we have a measured quantity of gunpowder in the spout. So I'll place that into the barrel of the cannon. And I thought, since it's a science week, we'll use a double dose. Well, here's a double dose of gunpowder going into the cannon. So that's the gunpowder in the barrel. I'll put this safely out of the way. Now, to keep the gunpowder in the barrel and keep it up against the fuse, we're going to use a little bit of wadding. So this is some fireproof wadding, which I'm going to put into the muzzle of the cannon, and then use this ramrod to pack the wadding and the gunpowder tight up against the fuse. Now, at this point, we'd put our cannonball in. We're not going to do that today, so instead we'll simulate that by using a bit more wadding. So I'm going to put some more wadding into the barrel, and again, just pack that down. And then finally, to stop the ball rolling out, as it were, we'd use a bit more wadding, so why not? Let's do a bit more wadding. It is the Science Festival, after all. OK, so we've got this wadding nicely packed down. Our cannon will be loaded, and it's now ready to fire. So I'm going to light the fuse. From where I'm standing, it's quite noisy, so I'm going to be covering my ears. If you're near the front, you may wish to do the same. When the fuse burns down and the cannon fires, I want you to look carefully what happens to the cannon. So here we go. Okay, so as you saw, the cannon shot backwards.